You want to set it down?
No, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Today was a great day for us. I think today was a great learning lesson. It was an outstanding practice. Thought our defense did a heck of a job. The beauty of it is it's training camp. You live and learn each and every day, and there's always a lesson, that you can gain from this. So with that said, I'm all ears.
What lessons did you guys learn today, Eric?
One of the lessons that we need to learn and take from this once we get on that tape is to understand things happen in life, meaning every play is not going to be your best play. So how you respond tells you what type of character you have. So we got to make sure that we're displaying that character and understanding that this is a team game. We will respond, but that last play can't impact what we're going to do next.
You had 3 straight false starts in that one drill. What happened there?
We just didn't execute. We had false starts. Guys can't jump off sides. That's a part of the business. For whatever reason it happened, but a life lesson, we keep it moving.
I don't recall you ever throwing Pat and the rest of those guys off the field.
Well, you got to understand, when the head man is the head man for a reason. So that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
What led you guys to put Jaron Christian at right tackle today? It's the first time we've seen him in the first team.
Well, you got to understand, Coach Heck is going to always. First of all, Coach Heck does a great job of developing all of our offensive linemen. So this is a stage where you're always just trying to get a look at certain players to see what they can do and how do they handle when placed in that situation. So each and every day, I'm sure you guys will probably see something. Whether it's at the O-line, receiver, or running back position, we just want to see guys play.
How do you think Christian fared in your look? I know you're watching everybody, but just in this look.
It'd be tough for me to answer because obviously there's a lot of things I was looking at, and I still got to watch tape.
Do you mark something on a calendar and say, at this time, I'd like to see X, especially when it comes to the right tackle position, because there are a lot of bodies rotating there?
Well, you always have goals. You always have expectation. Those can change on a day-to-day basis. We got a lot of guys that's in that room that's doing a hell of a job. And obviously we got some players who are coming back, off of injury at some point in time. So right now, I'm not passing judgment on anyone. The thing that I'm looking at is when we're out there, are we all being accountable to one another? Are we executing with great attention to details? Are we having a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose in what we're doing? And that can be from the right tackle to the X receiver, to the Z receiver, to the running back, to the quarterback, because we want to continue evaluating our players.
You say that Christian right now is maybe a possibility for that swing tackle role, someone who has experience at both positions if needed?
I think Jaron has done a heck of a job of doing this, accepting what we do and how we do it, okay? And he's working his tail off. But like I said, we're still in that developmental process. We're still trying to see who can play and how well they can play at a consistent level.
As far as that developmental process goes, Rob Jones is a new guy. How do you feel like he's fitting in right now, especially in that group in the rotation?
You know what? Rojo's doing a heck of a job. He's obviously a big man. He's done some good things running the football. He just needs to continue becoming the football player we expect him to be, because we expect our guys to do a lot from that running back position. And the thing that he's done, he's accepted the challenge, and he's doing things that he hasn't really done in the past. So the thing that I love about him, every single day he comes out here and works his tail off.
Now, where's that? You got the new receivers in here. Where's the quarterback to receiver timing? Is it where you want it to be at this point in time?
Nope, it's not where we need it to be right now, but this is why we're in training camp, because we're working to be at our best. Every day is not going to be perfect, and this is what I'm going back to from earlier, okay? Sometimes we're clicking and everything is right on. Sometimes it's not clicking. That's a part of camp. Now, what I want our guys to do is to make sure that they weather the storm, they come back out, forget what took place, let's take a look at it on tape, make the necessary corrections, then we come out and do it again tomorrow.
What tells you that Pacheco can maybe handle a role on the offense as a rookie?
You know what? Coach Lou does a heck of a job with those guys, okay? He's a tough kid. Obviously, we got a lot of good players in that room. So in time, everything will tell for itself. But right now, he's doing some good things. He's working his tail off. But also, too, you got a lot of other guys in there competing their tails off as well.
We're not going to talk to you before the first game Saturday. What are your expectations for Obviously, the starters that we're not going to see as much, but what are you going to be looking for from the second, third, and fourth units?
You know what? Unfortunately, I'm not even there yet. I'm working on what are we doing in this walkthrough, what are we going to take care of after this walkthrough, and how are we going to move forward for tomorrow's practice. You know, it's just like I tell our players to live in the moment. As coaches, we have to live in this moment as well, because it's our job to make sure that our guys are not taking anything for granted. So I want to make sure I'm not missing any details, you know, when it comes to evaluating our players.
We're going to get Michael Burton here shortly. As a former NFL running back, what is it about his skill set that you love watching from the sideline?
Burt's a football player. You know, whatever you ask him to do, he's going to do it. And he does it at a high level. The beauty of it is there's no job too big and there's no job too small. The thing that Burt does, he just sets the standard because he doesn't take anything for granted. He's a hard worker and he takes work home, okay? And so the thing that I appreciate about him is that guys are seeing that. He's not really a vocal leader, but they see it and they gravitate to him.
When you're off the field, Eric, how do you see the relationship of Juju taking the understanding of the offense from your vantage point, and then how do you see it when he's obviously trying to build that connection with Patrick?
You know what, Juju, I would say this, we got some characters on our team now. Juju is one of those unique characters. He's a very good human being. I love what he brings to the table. He's a competitive player that doesn't take anything for granted. And every day is a learning experience for him. The thing that I love about Juju is when you tell him his mistake or something that he needs to improve upon, he converses back with you, and then he auto-corrects it. And so the thing that I love what he brings to the table, he brings positive energy, he works hard, he's very humble, and the only thing he wants to do is to make sure he's doing it right.
Mahomes says that he enjoys the, like you and Andy push him. But he says the other guy that pushes him is David Girardi. What do you see in Girardi, and what do you see in the relationship between those two?
You know what, Girardi does a heck of a job. Girardi is one of those guys. He's behind the scenes, but does a lot of work for us. Obviously, he's one of my right-hand men. Does a lot of groundwork and actually helping us getting the game plans together because he's breaking down all the film. But you got to have those type of people around who are positive people, who are intelligent people, but also, too, at that ground level, he just personally communicates with Pat, and they've had an outstanding relationship, you know, since day one. And it's fun watching the dynamics and how it's grown over the years. But the beauty of it is they have a great working relationship together, and, you know, Girardi will tell him, hey, man, listen, you can't do that. Or they'll just jab at each other consistently, but it's all in fun and love. All right. Yeah, I'll take care.